I think I found a hidden floor in my apartment building, and I'm not sure I'm the only one here. I've lived in the Ellington Heights complex for 3 years. It's one of those classic pre-war buildings in the city. Beautiful crown molding, creaky hardwood floors, and an elevator that looks like a birdcage and smells like wet copper. There are supposed to be 12 floors. I live on the 4th. Last night, around 2 a.m., I was coming back from a late shift at the hospital. I was exhausted, the kind of tired where your eyes burn and your brain feels like it's floating in cotton. I stepped into the elevator, pressed 4, and leaned my head against the brass railing. The elevator groaned, started its slow ascent, and then did something it's never done before. It didn't stop. I watched the dial move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it just kept going. I pressed the alarm button, then the open door button, but nothing happened. It didn't stop at 12 either. The dial kept spinning past the numbers until it pointed straight down at the floor. Then, the doors creaked open. The corridor that shouldn't exist. I wasn't looking at a hallway. I was looking at a construction zone that felt like it had been frozen in 1920. There were no light bulbs, just flickering gas-style sconces that smelled faintly of sulfur. The walls were stripped down to the lath, and the floor was covered in a thick layer of gray dust. Curiosity is a dangerous thing when you're sleep-deprived. I stepped out. The air was freezing. As the elevator door shut behind me with a heavy thud, I realized there was no button to call it back. I was standing in a hallway that spanned the entire length of the building, but there were no apartment numbers, just heavy, unmarked oak doors. I walked toward the end of the hall, my phone flashlight cutting through the gloom. That's when I saw it. A small wooden tricycle sitting in the middle of the floor. It looked brand new. No dust. No rust. The sound from room 0. I reached the very last door. Unlike the others, this one had a small brass plate. 0. I leaned my ear against the wood. I expected silence, or maybe the sound of wind. Instead, I heard a dinner party. I heard the clinking of silverware on porcelain, the low murmur of laughter, and a violin playing a melody that felt like a physical weight on my chest. I knocked. I don't know why. I just did. The music stopped instantly. The laughter died. Then, a voice, thin, papery, and far too close to the wood, whispered, "You're early. The table isn't set for the 4th floor yet. Part 2 on my channel."